Hello there, my reselling friends. This is Susie with Online Reselling Bliss. And I want to package these up, but before I do, I just want to show them to you really quickly. First off, we've got this piece of fabric, and I've got my items on a wagon right now. So this fabric is not that long or that wide. I had the measurements, but I can't recall right now. And I got this free with some other fabric. You might would have just tossed it or whatever. It's not anything that I would ever use. I don't sew, but I do junk journals, but I wouldn't use this. However, I decided to list it. I had it listed for $10, but I got an offer on Macquarie. I got an offer on Depop for $6, and I just went ahead and accepted it. After their fees, I get $4.64 for something I got for free, and that, lots of people would have just thrown it away, wouldn't have bothered listing it. But it's going to someone that obviously has a purpose for it. So, bye-bye, fabric. I had the name of the fabric and everything in my listing. And now we're coming to something that I have hundreds of and that I sell a lot of. And that is sewing patterns. Now, of course, I prefer to find them uncut, but I pick them up even if they're cut. You can count the pattern pieces to see if they're all there. And I sell a lot of patterns. I've sold some for $30-something. I actually researched every single sewing pattern to see what to price it at. This McCall sewing pattern, I only sold it for $8. And $8 or $9 is really the cheapest I ever sell a pattern for. So I sold these next items on Poshmark. So after their fees, I get $3.38. And then the Vogue sewing pattern. Always pick up Vogue sewing patterns. Some of them are worth a lot. Some of them are just so-so, and some of them are medium. But this one is uncut, and it's vintage. So is that McCall's one. I sold it for $15. After fees, I get $11.83. I've heard that, sewing patterns, I don't sew, but sewing patterns have gotten really expensive in the store. And there are still people that sew, because I sell sewing patterns all the time. You guys should be picking them up. I get them for like 25 cents or maybe 50 cents. Sometimes even less than that at this one thrift store. I see y'all passing them up in the bins. Y'all need to be looking at the sewing patterns, overlooking that money. They're getting harder, especially vintage ones, ones with illustrations from like the 60s, the 70s. If you can find the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, whoo, yeah. With those beautiful, elegant dresses worn on the models, and that's just absolutely fabulous. Junk journals like these. They like using the illustrations on the front. They like using the tissue paper that the pattern is cut on. So I watch a lot of junk journaling videos in addition to reselling videos. And because I'm a reseller first, it does kind of kill me when junk journalers are taking the patterns and destroying them. I mean, they're turning them into beautiful junk journals, but this makes me sad because I know there's sewers out there, there's seamstresses out there that really, really, really want sewing patterns to create items. So I really love selling craft sewing patterns, children's sewing patterns. I always pick up all the Halloween costume patterns. I mail my sewing patterns in these craft envelopes. Now, I try any pattern that'll fit, I'll put in the small one. Neither one of these will fit in the small one, so I've got to go to the larger one. All right. Again, keep your eye out for the sewing patterns. Don't sleep on the sewing patterns, people. Okay? And if you don't like researching them all, you could lot them up, but it's best to research them all. Now, some of them are gonna take a while to sell, but they'll sell. They're bread and butter. Bread and butter with some jelly. I like mine grape jelly. How about you? Next, I sold some more of these dog Christmas costumes. 3 years ago, after Christmas, I've got a ton of stuff at Big Lots at 90% off, including these dog Christmas costumes. every Christmas time I've been selling them, and I've even sold them in the summertime. So these were like $15. So I got them for like $1.50. I sold this Santa Claus one for, momento, $16. After fees, I get $12.61. Unfortunately, on the reindeer one, I took an offer, but I have so many of these, so I need to move them out. This reindeer one, but you can't tell how cute it is. There's the antlers, and it's really cute. It's got this little tail. So this reindeer one, again, I got it for like $1.49. Sold for $12. After fees, I get $7.38. Okay, also on Pars, these other two items, I sold these women's American Eagle jeans. I forget all the style things to them. Up there it says stretch. Anyway, I sold these I took an offer. I sold them for $14. And after the fees, I will get $10.88. They've got nice detailing on the back of them. They're size 8. And then, looky here, who do we have here? We got the grumpy cat. We got the grumpy cat. We got the grumpy cat. Yeah. I love this sweater. It says, "This is as merry as it gets." And look at all this detail. It's got all these, truly like Christmas tinsel. It's got the jingle bells. Jingle. You don't hear jingle? These little ornaments. It's just precious. I love it. And on the sleeves, it's like ho, 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 and snowflakes. So I totally love this. On the back, it's solid black. So I took an offer. I wanted to sell it for more, but it's Christmas time. I need to move it on out. I took an offer for $17. After fees, I make $13.40. And I say that's a ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, everybody. Don't be a grouchy cat. Not grouchy, grumpy. Grumpy cat. Grumpy cat. Grumpy cat. Yeah, grumpy cat. This is as merry as it gets. Well, I hope y'all's Christmas gets a heck of a lot more merry than that. I hope you have all the merries and all the jollies and all the ho-hos. Happiness. I hope you have a wonderful, fabulous Christmas. And I hope you're out there just hustling and bustling and following your reselling bliss. I love selling online. I love finding treasures and rehoming them. Of course, I like to make bigger profit items, and I do sell a lot of bigger profit items. But this is just what it is today. Hey. Anyway, my friends, I hope that you will like, subscribe, thumbs up, give me a comment. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Keep following your bliss. It's Susie with Online Reselling Bliss. Bye-bye.